self-induced abortion, though the charges were later dropped. Well, joining us now from Seattle is Kshama Sawant, who's a politician and a member of Seattle's City Council. Thank you very much for being with us. First of all, what is your reaction to this? It's a leak, but what would it mean for women's rights if the decision is confirmed?
As the people who are outside the Supreme Court are saying this, the victory on Roe v. Wade in 1973 was a landmark historic victory for abortion rights. And if this is undermined, then it will be a historic setback. And that is why we have no alternative but to push back against it. We need mass protests. I completely disagree with Alito. He called Roe v. Wade a decision that invented a right mentioned nowhere in the Constitution. Let's keep in mind, this was the Constitution under which slavery was legal and only wealthy white men had the right to vote. So let's not hold that as sacrosanct. Let's hold human rights as sacrosanct. And let's also keep in mind that nearly 2/3 of Americans today support Roe v. Wade, and 72% of Americans oppose overturning Roe v. Wade. And in fact, support for the Supreme Court has fallen dramatically by 15 percentage points in the last 2 years.
And so how do you plan on challenging the decision if it's confirmed?
Well, if you look at history, Roe v. Wade itself was won in the first place through mass protests of working people. And in fact, the Supreme Court, when Roe v. Wade was won in 1973, was also majority Republican. In fact, 5 of the 7 justices who voted for abortion rights at that time were Republican. And yet women and working people at that time won it because it was the serious pressure of mass movements during a time when we had the anti-war, gay rights, environmental and civil rights movement. It's a reminder of what needs to be done today. So we need mass protests in hundreds of cities across the nation to defend Roe v. Wade. And we also need to go on the offensive through these mass protest actions, through workplace actions by the labor movement for abortion and reproductive care to be free, for full LGBTQ rights, and for Medicare for all that includes full reproductive care and gender-affirming care.
But Ms. Sawant, let me ask you again, what would change effectively if the decision is confirmed, the repeal of the abortion law? Because at the moment, even with Roe v. Wade, several states have bans on abortion, like Texas, for example. What would change realistically here?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Already there have been egregious and shameful attacks, and in fact dangerous attacks on abortion rights in multiple states. What the overturning of Roe v. Wade would do is put that an ultimate nail in the coffin in terms of abortion rights nationally, and it would say that there would be no federal protection, and it would be up to states. And that's why we have to keep in mind that defending Roe v. Wade is a crucial component of the movement. But you're also right that it won't be enough. So we have to fight to make sure that Roe v. Wade is held intact, but that won't be the end of the road. If we are able to succeed in that, then we have to use that to make sure that we win in other respects and statewide also.
What do you see the political implications of this being if it is confirmed? How would it affect, for example, the upcoming midterm elections in November?
Well, already we know what's going to happen in the midterm elections. In fact, the fact that Roe v. Wade is under such attack and abortion rights, as you said, in many different states have been under attack, is a sign that right populism and the right wing has gained an ascendancy. And even though Trump was defeated in 2020, Trumpism is far from dead. And in fact, we're going to see a real setback for the Democrats in the midterms this year. Despite all of this, they've actually, unfortunately, the Democrats have been on the defensive on Roe v. Wade and on abortion rights. They have not really fought back. They've not gone on the offensive for women's rights or LGBTQ rights. And so here we are today. They're going to lose massively in the midterms. The Democrats are going to, and the Republicans are going to make strong gains. And in fact, we are looking into a real possibility of a Trump resurgency in the next presidential election. So all of this is a reminder that this Democratic Party strategy of going on the defensive and generally being another party for Wall Street and really not providing a working class and left alternative to the Republicans and to the right-wing agenda, that doesn't work. We need an actual working class party to defend against such attacks.
Very interesting to talk to you. Thank you so much, Kshama Sawant, for sharing your views with us. Kshama Sawant is a politician and a member of Seattle City Council. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.